So basically, what I want to see with you, so I'm very happy, of course, to talk to Filippo because he's an interesting character and someone that it's interesting to work with. He has a lot of things to do, okay? And most important, he has already started INSEAD because he joined the school by like almost 2 months ago. He will tell us how he did. Alors, basically, Filippo, you're in Fontainebleau now, I guess. Are you in Fontainebleau?
Yes, I am. We started the program two weeks ago, and the launch week program is 2 weeks. I just came back from the training with the football okay. Team where I'm a captain of the MIM.
Okay, the captain of the MIM. So basically, you work hard, but at the same time you play hard, huh? Okay. So basically, now tell me, what have you done these last 2 weeks? So what have you done? What were the typical days, etc.?
It's been super intense, very intense. We have had classes from 8:30 until almost 7:30 p.m. with half an hour break, 1 hour break in the lunch, Monday to Saturday. And on Sunday, we had to work to prepare deliverables for the school. So the program is very intense. And a suggestion that everybody is telling me here is that you can't be a perfectionist. Because there are many perfectionists, as you can imagine, here at INSEAD, and you need to pick up your battles, understand what you want to do, what you want to prioritize, because if you want to join everything, it's not possible. But another cool thing that we did last week was going out 2 days for, it was called Outdoor Leadership Seminar, where basically we slept in tents and we tried our leadership skills with former Navy SEALs and army people, French army people, and it was very great. So the first 2 weeks is to make everybody know everybody else. So, but it's very intense from scratch. From the beginning, it's very intense.
So tell me, how many of you are there? So how many students are there?
160. 160 and 66 are from either India or China. So I believe it's 33 India, 35 or something China. Gender balance is not already reached because we have 38% of girls, while the rest is guys, which I was kind of not impressed with, to be honest. And yeah, this is more or less the distribution. Regarding Europeans, people, of course, Italians are the most. We are 13 Italians. Then we have some 8 Germans, 10 French, a lot of Austrian, Danish, Swiss. So, but also Brazilian, South American, and a few Americans. But that's more or less the distribution. More or less, it's European, Asia, intense.
Okay. I mean, how do you explain that you have so many Italians?
Like speaking with them, actually, most of them got a very high GMAT. This is a factor, like many of them 720, 730. And among these Italians, actually, we have many guys who study in the US, the undergrad, or in the UK, like as I did, and the other guys from Italy come from Bocconi. So are Italians people that already had an international exposure somehow, and all of them have very good stats and very good internship previously.
Okay, so that's the thing. And what it is like, so because you come from Genoa, you said you come from Genoa, you have worked and studied, you have studied in London. So what it is like to be in Fontainebleau?
Living in Fonti. You know, it has its pros and cons. Actually, the cool pros is that everybody lives very close. So you say, okay, after class, I come to have dinner with you, and you live very close also to MBA. So basically going out, doing grocery, you meet with MBAs. It's very campus-centered experience. So you spend a lot of your time at the INSEAD campus, which is amazing. It has very, very good facilities also for sports, etc. And the schools tries to attract all the students constantly to the campus. And at the same time, it's good if you, you know, I lived in the last 3 months in Milan, it's very chaotic. Then in London, it's very chaotic. Here you rest, you go to the forest. is a different experience. And then you also, of course, have 3 months and a half in Singapore, which will balance. I believe is pretty well structured.
3 months and a half. You mean you stay in Fontainebleau until mid-December, and then you spend 6 months in Fontainebleau?
No. I explained myself badly, right? We stay in Fontainebleau until the 25th of February, around that time, and then from the 1st of March till almost the end of June, we stay in Singapore.
Okay. So, and have you met friends? Tell me.
So many, actually, so many. And I know that the school did a very great job in dividing us in home group, but then yesterday we did the gala dinner, and at the table there were other people, and then at the various seminars you're always with different people. And I know from the program director that basically he created this huge Excel so that everything matches, and every activity you are with different people. So at the end of the the first lunch week, you should know at least 100 names, which is very good. Which is you're forced to learn all these people.
Do you expect? And have you already identified who's going to be your best friend?
Kind of. Like not
some of your best friends. Okay.
Yeah, I have some
4 or 5 best friends.
Yeah, already. To be honest, already. But the cool thing is that every time we all have lunch together, because the classes has always lunch break, and so we every time change. And even though we are very different from academic and professional and also cultural background, we are we share some features that make bond very well, all of us. At the same time, for most of us, I'd say for everybody, it's not the first experience abroad, so we know how to deal with different cultures, and there is not that kind of different groups that create Italians with Italian, Spanish with Spanish. Everybody is mixed, which is cool. To be honest, it's very cool.
Then is Alvaro playing in your team, in your football team, or not?
Yes, I'm the captain. I put him on the left wing today. He's very fast. He's a bit short, but he's very fast.
He's very fast, huh? From what I understand, he must be very fast. So,
yes.
So you're going to, and against which school? Is there an MBA? Is there a tournament? Like there's an MBA tournament for masters?
Yes, exactly. We are planning to go to London to play against LBS short. Then we play against the MIM of last year, and we will play with a SEC in Singapore and with HSE at their campuses in a few months. So we already have scheduled these things. We will try to organize these matches for charity so that our classes come, and it's gonna be cool.
Because you see, for MBAs, you see, Filippo, there is something called MBA tournament. Okay, there's
I
a
know,
tournament
I
for
know,
MBA,
I know.
but there's no for MIM. By the way, maybe
I know, and we can't. I already asked. We can't go.
Why?
I don't know. It's organized, by the way, in Italy, from what I understood.
By the way, maybe a tournament you cannot go because it's organized at HEC. Because HEC, they have a great campus. But maybe you should organize an MIM tournament. The problem is that
I will try.
The program with LBS, MBA Center will be happy to sponsor. We can find a way. But we
already have Bain and Company as sponsor on our shirts. But
really, they sponsor, they pay. But it would be interesting to do something. Alors, basically, what do you expect to experience at INSEAD? What do you expect from this year, knowing that you have already been hired and you already had the job offers and before joining INSEAD, and the type of job offer that an INSEAD graduate would dream to have? So what do you expect from this 9 months, 10 months?
To be honest, the thing is to create a network of very bright people, because you don't have to focus too much, in my opinion, if you go to a master product like INSEAD or LBS on the short term. Yes, having the MBB job or the investment banking job is great, but at the same time, these people are people that will remain friends and connection for life, and these people have other connection as well. And this is great. I already benefited, from this kind of connection. Oh, so these people who is working in Singapore, can I call you? Oh, for sure. I will give my word that you're a great guy, etc. And these people are, were top of the class. Most of them were top of the class in their university, and they know well the professor, the academic people working there, the professionals in Singapore, in India, etc. So that's great. So it's a huge benefit. The alumni network is really a huge benefit. The other thing is what I want to try myself is trying to experience different leadership styles in a controlled, safe environment. because you're constantly exposed to work groups and you constantly change your groups. And so I want to try to be the servant leader, the authoritative leader. And, you know, it was a way for me to get even more prepared to my job, because I want to get very prepared, ready to tackle any challenge. The professors are amazing. Actually, we only had 2 weeks of class, but they are amazing. They what they teach you, they do with great passion, and you almost feel that before coming to class they are tense, because they know they are going to be judged by us, because they know that many of us actually, you know, study Cambridge, Oxford, you know, somebody, you know, there are very good profiles, and they know they need to deliver, and that's why each class is kind of a show, and it's great. And what I really love about INSEAD is the case, probably similarly to Harvard, the case-based approach. So basically, we almost don't take notes during class. Of course, we will have to study on the slides and on, you know, do the readings, etc. But the professor is like the broker of information among all of us, and we solve the cases, we get the insights through this connection of ideas, and it's amazing. In 1 hour, you learn something that in any other environment you could have never learned, because there's so diversity of ideas, of smart people, which is actually very, very cool. But it's also demanding. So what I want also to tell the people that are here is that the school is very demanding. So you shouldn't do like as I did, taking only 1 week of holidays, because I'm already tired. So it's very demanding, and you want to make the most of it.
That's what you mean. And but you get vacations. You get what? You get vacations for Christmas, like 2 weeks. Okay. And
yes, basically the program is split in 5 periods. Each period has its own logic. Basically, you do 6 weeks. I don't want to say wrong things, but more or less, you do 6 weeks of teaching, learning. You have no exam preparation. You have 1 day to prepare your exam, so you constantly have to prepare. Then you do 2 days of exam, and then you do 10 days of practicals, in which basically you work. You go to school as if you have to work. There are companies that come, etc. And after the practicals, you have 5 days of holiday between each period. That's it.
The Dutch system, and Filippo. I don't know if you have friends who have studied in Amsterdam or Utrecht.
Yes, I have friends, but I didn't ask them about.
It's the Dutch system. So you know, you have periods, and you have exams, and you have periods. It's the Dutch system. By the way, it's a very good system. It was launched by the Dutch. So your favorite professor so far? What's been your favorite professor?
Actually, I only had 2 professors. So 2 professors so far. And out of the 2, I don't wanna be politically correct. You know, I'm not like that. So I'm gonna say Frédéric Gobart is great. I love him.
And
by the way,
what does he teach?
Organizational behavior related with finance. It's so like he gave me actually 2 days so many tips related to my career, that even though I work in 3 big corporates, I never thought, oh wow, like this is super smart. Thank you. And that is great, professor. But I was told that there are many brilliant professors, and actually, because now this year is the 3rd year of the MIM at INSEAD, there are even more putting the best professor of the MBAs to the MIM, which is great. Basically, I don't want to say that we get the same learning, but it's pretty much that. It's pretty much the same learning. If you feel, because the courses are pretty close, the professors are the same, the assignments are very close. And by the way, we are split in 2 sections of 80 people each. Each section is 80 people, and so the professor, you know, while the MBAs are 500, so we have even more attention and personalization on what we do.
For half the price, Filippo?
For half the price. But you know, the MBAs don't care that much, because most of them are sponsored. So you know, INSEAD maybe can.
It depends. If you pay.
But INSEAD can probably charge them a bit more. I don't know what kind of offer of services they offer to them, but
it's 90,000.
More than
it's 90,000 that they have to pay for the MBA. But at the same time, you see there are young professionals, and few of them are sponsored. Only 2 who come from consulting. Yes, by the way, behavioral finance, etc., is very common. For instance, in about 1 month, I will interview the Dean of Wharton. Her name is Erica James. and she's the dean of Wharton, and she's also into behavioral economics. So the thing that behavioral finance, behavioral economics, etc., is coming is becoming very.
It's great.
Very
it's absolutely great. And this professor wrote a few important books that once I already had. I didn't know who he was, and I read the book. So to tell you how great they are, and they are top of their research.
Basically, the first question that I have. So now you told us quite a lot. Basically, and what are your post MIM, immediate post MIM career goals, and after the short term, the long term? What do you want to do? How you want to build your career post MIM?
Definitely, I want to join a strategy top strategy consulting firm. So either McKinsey, Boston Consulting Group, or Bain & Company. And to be honest, I'm closing my option to Europe at the moment. So I'm still have to decide where is better for me, because I would have some good I don't know how to say, financial tax benefits of coming back in Italy after having stayed 3 years abroad. You get very good financial benefits in Italy, so I need to factor that in my choice if I want to come back to Milan, actually to go and work in Milan. But of course, the doors of London and Switzerland and Amsterdam, those English-only friendly countries, are open to me, because I speak Italian, English, and Spanish, and I'm not proficient either in French or German. Even though I'd like to pick up some French, and I'm already doing. So I can't work in Paris, for example, but I can work in London. I have the travel permission, visa permission in the UK, because I studied there my undergrad.
You have 2 years. Yeah, you have 2 years and even more. And tell me, so your second foreign language will be Spanish?
Sorry?
The second foreign language will be Spanish, because you have to.
Probably yes, but I want to work in English, to be honest. Because
but at INSEAD you need to speak 2 languages. So the second foreign language will be
Spanish. Yes, it's Spanish.
Very good.
Yeah.
Alors tell me, people, that we have studied a bit fast, but so tell me, can you introduce yourself? Maybe, because me, of course, I know you well, because we have worked together for like 10 months, but maybe for the others. So can you tell us more about yourself, maybe?
Definitely. So I was born in Italy. And for my, I did the classic public Italian scientific high school, which is very good, but at the same time doesn't give you a lot of international exposure. So you need to actually say, okay, I want to go and study abroad. So I went to study abroad, and I studied in the UK, the University of Westminster. I took a course in finance with a minor in management, and while studying there, I took all the opportunities that an English university give you, so doing extracurriculars, junior enterprises, societies, etc. And I did 3 internships, one in insurance in my first year, the second year in audit and assurance in PwC, and this summer in the investment banking M&A advisory of PwC in Milan. And I took an exchange semester at Copenhagen Business School, and actually we have a few guys here at the MIM at INSEAD who study their undergrad at Copenhagen Business School.
Which is a very good school.
It's a very good school.
It's very. We had an exchange program with CBS, and they told me that they really enjoyed that time there. They learned a lot.
I studied basically all day for 6 months to get. I wanted to get in top 1 percentile, and I managed to do that at the end. But in exchange, I had to give my life. I don't know if I would do it again. It's very difficult school. If you want to be top of the class, it's very difficult. And so this is my career. I turned 22 a few months ago, so I already have I have a long career in front of me. And actually, when I meet MBAs here, who are basically at the same time, they want the same goals of us, but they are 29, 30. I feel a bit bad for them. And when they look at us, they say, okay, so you want to do this, and how old are you? 22. Oh my gosh, I'm 32, and we feel bad.
Yeah. It's true that. It's true. It's a great experience at such a young age. So tell me, where do you live? You share a house?
No, actually, after having shared a house for 3 years in London, I wanted to get a studio, and it's not that expensive. It's still of course is around 700 euros, which is okay. Is a lot to live in Fontainebleau, but those are the prices, guys. So if you want to come to Fontainebleau, less than 700 or 650, you don't get anything. So, and I'm in a studio, I live alone, but most of the times I'm hosted other people houses studying or chilling a bit. And I'm in actually a very close center. I came here by car, which I suggest you, if any of you want to go to INSEAD, I suggest you bring a car with you, because it's going to be very useful for many activities, and the parking fee is super cheap. Yes, Fontainebleau, you know, has its pros and its cons. I know that I will have to go through the because I want to explain you, maybe to some of you who don't know this. Usually at the MBA, students can choose if start in Singapore and then go to Fontainebleau, or start in Fontainebleau and then go to Singapore. Most of the people smartly prefer to do to go to in the winter session, do it in Singapore, and come in Fontainebleau during spring and summer. We can't. We will have to go through the high sage Fontainebleau temperature, but it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna.
That's why they send you to Singapore in March, huh? Because when everybody wants to come back. Yes, exactly. I know. And so tell me now, you have because you have basically you have applied to. Basically, yes. Can you explain? You know, when we started to work, you told me that you wanted to apply to several schools. Why have you applied to INSEAD only ultimately?
Because having already lived 3 years in London, by the way, I can tell you that most of the people that are here at the MIMS were also offered scholarship at LBS. So most of the people I know were offered LBS and INSEAD. And there are some people that went with LBS because they wanted to go in London, but there are some people they wanted to experience Asia and get the INSEAD bread network, etc. They went here. So at the moment, I felt a strong connection with INSEAD. I don't know if you know it, but if your goal is a top tier strategy consulting firm, INSEAD is a powerhouse for sending people to these firms. They call it even McKinsey. They read a meme yesterday, because they have very good connection with the firm. And having already lived 3 years in London, I wanted to change a bit. And INSEAD gave me this opportunity. There is a lot of cultural diversity here that at LBS, of course, you find, but in my opinion, to a lesser degree. I have friends studying there. And also there is much more diversity of background compared to other schools. At the same time, let me think other of course, the possibility to go to Asia. This was a great possibilities that in other Grande École or Master in Management programs, you have to take a 2-year program to experience the abroad experience in Asia. And because I already had a lot of internship experience, I didn't want to. I wanted to speed up my career as fast as possible. So I will finish the program in 23, and 23 start working hopefully where I want to work. And the last thing is the network. The network at INSEAD is incredible, actually incredible. You can reach everybody, many important people that study at INSEAD wherever you want. And this is a huge benefit already. For example, each of us MIMS has been assigned a career. We have 2 career coaches each. And other than that, we also have a mentor of the MIM 22, so who did this program last year and is aligned with our objective and our nationality, which is great. Actually, you can connect with this person who did the exact same thing you're doing now last year, and this is a great service. And of course, the last thing is that INSEAD has a much smaller cohort than other schools, and so you have the possibility actually to know everybody. The program director knows you by name and knows your story, your background, everything. And also the career coach, the professor knows you very well, which is something that you don't find in so many other schools. Probably in St. Gallen or other small core schools you can find this, but it's not that's common.
So basically what's surprising with you is that people can see that you're someone who has a lot of self-confidence and in the positive way, but basically you have networked a lot within INSEAD, basically, and that's something maybe that you could advise to the other students.
It's true.
So what have
it's
you
true,
done?
definitely.
Because when they met you, you wanted to go to INSEAD, not because you like the name and you like the website, but because you have networked, you knew everybody there,
That's
you
true.
knew where you were putting your feet. So can you explain to us how much you have worked on networking with INSEAD?
So what I suggest you guys is do your homework, because you can decide your school based on how the website looks. Is true, Dr. Hubert here is true. You actually need to speak with the people who did the program, what kind of career they achieved later on, and then go to the in-house events, the open day. Go there. I know that with COVID it was a bit difficult, but just go. Go, because you will understand already. You will have a hint of how the program is structured and how much attention there is to the program, in my opinion, to you. And so what I suggest you to do is write. I don't want to say write to the program director or LinkedIn, because probably not going to reply to you, but write to the people who are now enrolled in the program. Maybe you share something with them. You did the undergraduate, same undergraduate schools with them. You are from the same nationality. So drop them a message on LinkedIn and say, how do you find the school? Do you have any time to apply for the internship, or is super difficult? I study music at the undergraduate. Can I manage the workload? What do you think? Ask all these questions. And all the people I spoke with, former alumni for the MIM or current students, were brilliant, and they landed super great jobs all over the world. So to me, it was actually a no-brainer. I wanted to go to INSEAD, but do your homework, actually.
Yeah, but basically maybe someone else may prefer GC, others SBS.
Of course.
But that's true that you have attended an open day, and coming from the UK or from Italy was a big thing. Okay, so you attended an open day. You knew Thibaut well. You had talked to Nancy Cacciantini already, so you were already very connected. You know where you were landing. Okay?
But actually, I wasted a lot of time with Thibaut. I wanted to speak with him actually because I wanted to get to know with the program a lot. But Thibaut is not in the admission committee, and so probably he can influence a bit.
Yeah.
He probably can influence a bit, but not that much because of fairness, So basically it's impossible to speak with the admission committee of INSEAD. It's very hard.
Yeah, but at the same time, I know that either Nancy or Mr. Ward or Thibaut, they have their word to say. I would be surprised that they don't influence, because they know you better than the admission committee. So now, Filippo, tell me, so you had a very good score. You have been accepted at INSEAD, even though you applied to the last round and you have received a scholarship. So what is your secret?
The secret is to apply to INSEAD, you need to have a holistically perfect, not perfect, but very good profile. So you need to have very good grades. So I just graduated 1 month ago, and I graduated valedictorian. It's not a brag, but just to make you understand what kind of class you have. I was the best in my class. I had very good internships, and I had very good extracurriculars activity. You need to, I don't want to say ace all of them, but you can't miss completely one of them. You can actually, but INSEAD looks at you in a very broad way. So I know people who got 750 at the gym and didn't get accepted to the INSEAD MIM. So it's not about getting a very high GMAT. It's important, of course, but you need to bring something to the class. Here at INSEAD is not. There are some other schools where you can go to class, receive, so get, and not give, and never give. Here at INSEAD, they want you for your contribution, for your possibility of contributing. So you need to be an interesting person that has done interesting things, that knows something very well. So the most diverse you are and specific in your background, the better it is. And there are people who study music, there are people who study philosophy, and of course they might be a bit worried if you study philosophy or music that you are not able to do financial statement analysis. So there you need a high GMAT score, especially in the quant section. So it's up to you how you want to balance your profile. But here most of the people I know were best of their classes, and they are excellent students, to be honest. And that's a hard thing, because actually at INSEAD you're graduated on a curve, And so there will be a lot of competition, to stay at least average or on the top of the class, because these people are very good.
I'm sure. So, but you want to be valedictorian here as well, no?
To be honest, Dr. Hubert, the valedictorian person, what I was told is a person that dedicates completely only to studying, and it's very hard then to find a good job if you only as I was telling you before, I've already been valedictorian, I've already won my scholarship prizes at undergrad at INSEAD. You need to pick up your battles. So if you're at the beginning of the year, your idea is, I want to network with this kind of people, land this kind of job where I want, with this salary, with this geography, etc. And then I want to organize and be, I don't want to say remember, but do something positive and organize the MIM tournament of football. That's already takes a lot of time, as you know. So already trying, because the bad thing is that the stupidest is the one that gets second and not first, that you get what I mean. And also with the Dean's List, only 16 people we get in the Dean's List.
The Dean's List is already very good. The objective is Dean's List. No, Filippo, at least Dean's List.
Could be Dean's List. Could be Dean's List. I will see throughout the program, because I know that mostly German, Danish, Switzerland, and some Indian guys go only for Dean's List, and their objective is getting a Dean's List. So the question is, at the end of the year, would you like to be in this list and not having this job, or having this job and not being this list? It's a matter of priority. It's a matter of priority.
And time meeting people, achieving things. Of course, if you organize the football tournament, you will also bring you a lot of network. That's something you can.
Of course, you get a beer with the LBS students after, you know how it works. But at the same time, the best students I know, former alumni for the MIM, were not in this list. The students who got the most prestigious and best job for their career were not in this list. While the other, maybe now they are doing a PhD. That's an option. But these lists are people that dedicate so hard at studying, which is of course good. But you need, as I was saying, perfection is here. It didn't say died.
But you need to balance. So you want to balance your year. The final piece of advice, if you could give like 3 pieces of advice to our applicants, what would that be, Filippo?
Start early. I think that they didn't do so. Start early. I know that everybody tell you this, and if you're late, you're gonna hate me this. But I'm speaking as the mouth of the truth. Start early, because that's super
you're not an example. You need not follow your piece of advice.
No, exactly. Exactly. So try to start early, and first of all, do your homework. I told you before. First, you're gonna get insider information in the school. So, or very important information that you need when doing your application. So, of course, you need to portray your best self and in your most unique way. It's true, be yourself, etc. But at the same time, if you can align yourself, your profile on 3 different criteria that INSEAD use to evaluate you, which, if I don't remember, there are academic excellence, ability to contribute, and international exposure. So if you're lacking on one of these 3, or 2 of these 3, or all of 3, you need to bring them up. Otherwise, there is no chance.
Okay.
That's the way. So build an holistic profile. That, of course, is very hard. If you're lacking on international exposure, it's hard. If you how can you get the international exposure without, if you're studying in your home university or whatever, you can. There are many ways to do it. Do an exchange semester. And these are things that INSEAD values a lot. And the third tip I would give you, other than doing your homework and speaking with people and starting early, is, let me think. If you are accepted to INSEAD, arrive here with already in mind what you want to do, and don't, sometimes once a week, just reevaluate your week and say, where did I spend my time this week? Are these hours spent in this week aligned with my objectives at the end of the year? If not, change from now, because it's already too late. Trust me. And now the volume of the stuff I have to do is going super, super high. And so if you thought that reading a reading passage on the GMAT very fast is difficult, here you need to read so many case studies, from one day to another super fast. So reading comprehension was a good training, and that's what actually the GMAT is for. You need to have critical thinking and reading comprehension super fast. So and also another thing is maybe take the GMAT as a learning opportunity and not as something that I have to do the GMAT. Otherwise, you're never going to do it. At the end of the day, the GMAT preparation is pretty much interesting if you have the right time.
Yes, of course. So Filippo, it was very nice to talk to you, to see and see that you have you look nice, you look in a good shape, so you look rested. I will probably come. I have to go to India, but after my trip in India, I will stop by in Fontainebleau because we have, I think, 14 students. So and 12.
By the way, I will tell you this offline.
Yeah, so tell me offline about Carolina maybe, and then I hope that you'll have a great time. And I know that there are many very good students with whom you get along very well, and also the MBA students, of course. Okay.
And you know what? Now it is this year they got, in my opinion, very good students, and they're pushing a lot to get excellence in everything we do, because this year is the year of the rankings.
Yeah.
So they are actually putting, they want all of us to get a super job at the end of the year. And so far, INSEAD, the meme of INSEAD is the only one with 100% employability in super good companies. Of course, it was a restricted cohort because there were only 100 people, which is easier. But at the same time, they want to keep this standard, and people are going to do very good job, and the level is very high. So
I'm sure that according to me, it's already one of the top 3 with HEC, INSEAD, LBS, which is pretty amazing to be already ranked in the top 3 after for the first time too. Okay, so thank you very much, Filippo. We'll talk offline. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you.
Bye guys. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you.